Hey, Barack.
Hey, Dick.
Good work on those drone things.
Why, thank you, Dick.
You know, I love your drone policy, Obama.
I love your drone policy, Dick. You just didn't carry it far enough.
Wow, Obama. I love the sparkle in your eye when you talk like that.
Just keep your distance, Dick.
And I love your speech impediment. I totally love that speech impediment of yours.
What's your point, Dick?
Obama, those are strange words coming from a Democrat.
Yes, well, haven't you figured it out, Dick? Don't you watch the Perry Logan Show?
Why, yes, I do watch the Perry Logan Show. It's the only way to find out what's going on in that thing called reality.
I quite agree. As Perry has pointed out time and time again, I, Barack Obama, am best regarded as a neocon posing as a centrist Democrat.
You mean a neocon with a marked speech impediment posing as a centrist Democrat, don't you, Obama?
Lay off the speech impediment, Dick, or I'll send a drone up your wazoo. Woo!
The point is, you and I are dancing cheek to cheek on the drone thing.
We sure are.
Come on, Obama, let's dance.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, we apologize for the grotesque spectacle of Barack Obama and Dick Cheney dancing cheek to cheek on the drone thing. Oh my God, it's February 28th, 2013, and I don't think I'm ready for it. Secret science fictional bases are being built and drones sent out to new areas of the country. It seems every day. This is under Barack Obama's reign. It's the scariest thing in the world. Let's all just lie low while this unlikely couple, Barack Obama and Dick Cheney, dance cheek to cheek on the drone thing. Brain in a bottle? Brain in a bottle? Brain in a bottle!
Hi, this is a brain in a bottle. And as always, I've been meditating. That's all I can do. And I meditate and think, here on February 28th, 2013, okay kids, stop applauding. I'm a brain in a bottle, my time is limited. Well, don't you quite seriously sometimes wonder if all the propaganda that we Americans live under is having an effect on our little brains? Okay, our big brains, our wonderful big brains, but we are we not? I mean, don't you think, from one brain to another, that Americans, perhaps more than people in any other country, are subjected to endless barrages of propaganda. Propaganda. Ooh, yeah, now there's a word. I believe propaganda was invented in the USA. We invented it. And I do think that we Americans are, well, like a brain in a bottle. We are little brains in bottles, subjected in truth, though, to quite a remarkable, intense barrage of, oh, come on, man, propaganda, in the sense that everybody is telling you something they want you to believe, and they're telling it to you repetitively. Are we not getting into propaganda territory?
Yes, we are, brain in a bottle.
Yes. We are subjected to, of course, advertising beyond measure. And now, of course, it's invaded the internet, and what the internet is some cool stuff and a whole lot of ads. I I can see this because as a brain in a bottle, I'm up on the internet all the time. And there too, people are pestering us with things they want us to believe. And as people are wont to do, they repeat what they want to believe over and over. It's just clinical. The whole thing is clinical. And we do have a government which, in my opinion, is very much interested in controlling our thinking. I know, it's a democratic administration, but when you start talking about them, and we love these people, we love Obama and his friends, but we can't help but notice politically that when you talk for more than 5 minutes about the current administration, which we love so much, you find yourself talking about things like propaganda and incredible, kind of like Alice in Wonderland degrees of secrecy. I say, Alice in Wonderland levels of secrecy.
Alice in Wonderland levels of secrecy.
Oh, hi, hey, we're grooving now. Hi, this is Brain in a Bottle with my little brain hands.
Yay! Alice in Wonderland levels of secrecy.
Yes, our government maintains what would have to be called weird, illogical, you know, kind of crazy, just like, you know, I hate to be using words like crazy, but the level of secrecy surrounding the drone program, that's the program that, in truth, Dick Cheney has praised. Dick Cheney, the real Dick Cheney, not the one who's in my mind in prison. In prison. But the real one, who like does book tours and needs another heart, by the way. Dick?
Thank you, Perry. This is Dick Cheney, and things are going very well for me, thank you very much. Although my cheek is getting a little chafed from dancing cheek to cheek with Obama on such matters as drones, the environment, human rights, the ability of the president to kill anybody he wants, the need for the United States to invade and dominate all countries, and above all else, the drones. Woo! But I did want to interrupt the show and mention that I need another heart. If you have a living 15-year-old in your house, please contact me via PerryLoganClone@yahoo.com.
Did he just give out my email? That bastard! It's enough to make my head explode. Yes, my friends, the Obama administration has managed to surpass everybody in getting into Alice in Wonderland super secrecy. Box within box of secrets. This is not encouraging, right? You know, I don't know about you, but I would just kind of posit that a secret government is a corrupt government. Oh, I'm laughing. Oh, laughing and crying and kind of scared. Could you keep an eye out for drones? Oh, it would just be human nature, you know. If you can do things without any accountability, that's what these secret things are. So the government can do something without any accountability, basically. And, well, then it's just going to be misused. Just the nature power. So we're in this kind of like nervous situation whereby this Democrat has quite remarkably, has seized powers that were unknown since King John.
Hey, this is King John. I signed the Magna Carta, and that stopped me from killing people at my whim. A right which has been in effect until your guy, Barack Obama. What's the deal?
So, you know, it was kind of, I don't know, it was either Catch-22 or Kafka, whereby the Obama administration was not letting their White House spokesperson admit to a drone program when there was a known drone program. And the administration was in some ways bragging about the results and the efficacy of the drone program, while to some extent simultaneously, and may I say psychotically, not letting anyone talk about it. And they are still not letting us know their rationale. Now I'm thinking now, how could knowing your legal rationale for this program endanger anyone? Why would that be secret? That's what I mean by Alice in Wonderland through the looking glass and Yes, Mad Hatter levels of secrecy. Mad Hatter levels of secrecy!
Mad Hatter levels of secrecy.
Hey, Dick.
Hey, Barack.
You know, I enjoyed dancing cheek to cheek with you about the drone thing.
Oh yeah, the drone thing. I get pretty excited just thinking about what you're doing with drones, Obama. And may I say I love the sparkle in your eye when you say the word drone.
You mean like this? Drone.
Oh yeah.
Drone.
Obama.
Drone.
Barack.
I guess we better stop.
Yeah, we better stop. It's getting kind of dirty.
But you know, Dick, you may not know that you and I also dance cheek to cheek on the environment.
Get out of here, Obama. Obama, that's dumb. That's as dumb as keeping a gun in your house.
Nothing is as dumb as keeping a gun in your house. But really, Dick, when I was a senator, I voted for your energy bill.
You voted for the Cheney energy bill?
Yes. And ever since then, I have been exceedingly nice to the energy companies.
You know, Obama, I think we should dance again.
You and I, Dick, are dancing cheek to cheek on the drone thing.
Oh, yeah.
And are dancing cheek to cheek on the environment, i.e.,
no more environment.
Death to the environment.
The environment must go.
Long live neocons.
Long live neocons. Ladies and gentlemen, we are sorry, but once again, Barack Obama and Dick Cheney are engaged in highly sexualized cheek-to-cheek dancing based on the fact that when you get down to it, they're on the same page as regards the environment. What the hell's going on?
Thank you, thank you. That was by request. Say, did you hear the one about the suicide clause? There's a story going around, a meme, or just a thing that gets repeated over and over, and especially in politics, beware of the thing you hear repeated over and over. Hey, I'm in no way a neurologist, but I just have a suspicion that it's just a neurological fact that if something is repeated endlessly, you know, as it is in propaganda and brainwashing, that one will tend to, you know, not because we're stupid. It's not because we're stupid. I just think it's kind of like the way we're built. Unfortunately, here we are in this techno age with these, okay, well, now it doesn't seem like such a great idea anymore. That repeating something makes it seem true to us. I don't know, maybe at some point in our evolution it did. And now, of course, we're subject to any number of things we hear over and over, including just advertisements. You know, over and I think over. that ads, you know, they got so repetitious the law had to step in. Just, that's how much the private sector loves propaganda. People are always worrying about a government taking over. Okay, and it's not like that never happens. It totally happens. But, you know, they don't seem to worry so much about the corporations eating their lunch. And that is right where we are today. You know. Well, the corporations have suborned the government, but never mind. Well, did you hear this crazy story? It's a crazy story that doesn't withstand a moment's criticism. It's the idea, and I know, if you watch this in the USA, circa, sorry about that, circa February 28th, 2013, okay, you stop applauding the date, it's okay, on this date, around this date, you've heard this a million billion times, and that is, here's the meme, that the Second Amendment of the U.S. Constitution was put there so we could rise up against a tyrannical government. Could we put that up on display, Bob? Whoa, look at that. It's a meme you've heard once, you've heard twice, you've heard it a million billion times if you live in the USA. The meme is, the Second Amendment was written so citizens could take arms against a tyrannical government. Well, thank you. And you've heard it a million times, and I guess most people in the US believe it. I think they do. You know, I'm just going to start by admitting, I think most people in the U.S. think the Second Amendment, that's the bone of contention here, was written so patriots could rise up against a tyranny should it occur. Now, as many times as you've heard it, and it's like worn into your neurons as it might be, I submit this idea is absurd and will not withstand a moment's criticism, to which we are going to subject it now. A little criticism, Mr. Scarecrow? Okay. Well, if you think about it for just a moment, you'd realize that that would be like putting a suicide clause into the Constitution, right? I'm just pretty sure that the Founding Fathers weren't standing around saying, hey, you know, let's put a suicide clause in the Constitution whereby any group of determined citizens can overthrow the government. That's what the people are saying. That's what people in the U.S. take to be the truth. And I would submit that it's absurd that the Founding Fathers put in a suicide clause. Would you just think about it for a minute? Here's a big problem with that tyranny thing I wanted to mention. Would a gun guy know a tyranny if he saw it? I think not. That's the problem, you see. Is that what I think the gun guys want to do is rebel, take up their guns, and rebel against the government. They don't lie. See? I think that's the situation. They have become so extreme. The subtext here is that the gun folks have taken this idea. The Second Amendment was put there. So that really was put there so they could rise up against the tyranny, and I would submit there was that's kind of an insult to the Founding Fathers, you see. They could not have been so dumb. They would not say, hey, I know what, let's insert a suicide clause into the Constitution. This is my way of looking at it, whereby any group of citizens, however crackpot, you see what I mean? However crackpot can take arms. It's a tyranny! Oh, no. I think it just might be a government that you don't lie. I'm sorry. Some of those gun guys are pretty extreme and we love them. But gun guys and pro-gun folks do include the American Nazi Party. Yes, a group of living, breathing human beings, I guess. Presumably, there is an American Nazi Party, you know, like a real group. Last I checked. And sure enough, they are wildly pro-gun. Now, do you think the Founding Fathers did not envision that crackpots could bear arms and rise up against the government, whether it was a tyranny or not? No? Well, that's the whole problem with this silly meme, you see. Sounds good, I guess. We were meant so we could take arms against a tyranny. Well, who's not for that, I guess? But the gun guys wouldn't know a tyranny if they saw one. Come here, gun guys, come here. Turn around. This is good for your own good. Turn around, bend over. Now listen to the sound of my voice. My problem is that I don't think you gun guys would know a tyranny when you saw one. I just think anyone who thinks Barack Obama is a socialist or a Marxist, I'm sorry, is this in bad taste? Knows a tyranny when he sees one. Oh no! I'm sorry. Did I say neocon levels of slack? Well, I don't know if you've noticed or want to notice. I find that my friends on the left don't all want to notice. I fear people are buttered all over the place on the issue of, well, what I'm referring to is a kind of a ballroom dancing, cheek to cheek, dancing cheek to cheek thing going on. And you know, it would just be like, if you're dancing cheek to cheek in any reasonable sense of the term with Dick Cheney, don't you think there might be a problem? Especially if it has to do with things like drones and foreign policy and the kind of neocon nightmare we're living in. So Obama begins his second term, and I find my fellow lefties puzzlingly optimistic. Well, the left are experiencing a post-election high, and we do not begrudge them this in any way. But my good buddies on the left seem to think that the right have been routed permanently. And my feeling is, you know what, I don't know at what cost. I don't know at what cost when you have this dancing cheek-to-cheek thing. It's time for another episode of Dancing with Barack and Dick.
Hi everybody, this is Barack and this is Dick. We keep finding more and more things we dance cheek to cheek on. Hey Barack. Hey Dick, we've got to stop meeting like this. Hey Obama, I'd like to thank your people for protecting my people from prosecution. Well, you're welcome, Dick. I thought that might cement relations between our parties, although it would outrage any civil libertarian or constitutional scholar. Obama, aren't you a constitutional scholar? Well, sort of. Hey, I was just a lecturer, all right? Don't let anybody tell you I was a professor. Okay, Obama, if you say so. Amazingly enough, Democrats, heretofore the protectors, if any, of our civil rights, are now protecting only the people who commit the crimes and jailing only the people who report the crimes. Oh, Obama, you're talking about Julian Assange. That's right. I get pretty excited thinking about Julian Assange. Me too. We're gonna get his butt. You see, another sign of a bad administration is that they are targeting people. And I, like you, Dick, am targeting people. Well, we both target people. Let's dance. Here we go. Hello and welcome to Ballroom Dancing with Dick and Barack. Dancing cheek to cheek together, Dick and Barack. Just like Dick, Barack has appointed countless Wall Streeters to his top economic team, failing to appoint labor voices like Robert Reich. Even worse than Dick before him, Obama failed to attack the mortgage crisis. Obama failed to veto the National Defense Authorization Act. He would want to step on Dick's toes. That's right. Obama would not want to step on my toes. I would like to thank Obama for extending the Bush tax cuts for the rich. It was nothing, Dick.
You'll notice I also failed to indict and imprison any of the banksters involved in all of that fraud on Wall Street.
Sure as hell, Obama. I love the glint in your eye when you talk that way.
That'll be quite enough of that.
There were so many things Obama could have done, but he was too busy dancing cheek to cheek, so to speak, with the likes of Dick Cheney. Obama could have ended the embargo with Cuba. Obama could have recognized Palestine. Obama could have passed the real stimulus without the tax cuts, which totally grossed out the stimulus.
Yeah, the tax cuts really grossed out the stimulus.
Obama was too busy dancing cheek to cheek to pass a real stimulus. Obama was too busy dancing cheek to cheek to close Guantanamo, end the Bush tax cuts, reform health care. Obama could have moved toward election finance reform. He could have used his election support to make progressive change. He could have investigated and prosecuted Bush Cheney, and why not? Basically, Obama, you didn't indict anyone but whistleblowers. High fives and a well done. Shall we dance?
I guess so. Though my cheek is getting sore.
Mine too. Ladies and gentlemen, once again we apologize for the obscene spectacle of Barack Obama and Dick Cheney, of all people, practically merging together in a distinctly sexual way on the whole subject of targeting people.